Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. There's some news out of Saudi Arabia that they're doing business with other countries other than the US. We've got some breaking news about the MCBDC, the multi-central bank digital currency, and we're being dealt out of that as well, it looks like. So if you like this kind of content, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. We try to bring value in every single video. But this is the death of our dollar, and it's going to happen slowly. If there's one thing that I have learned from this whole thing, it's how slow these movements actually are.
It does, but then all of a sudden, it'll just go boom. It'll turn on a dime. It'll go slow, slow, slow. But basically, America has been the popular kid, and they're no longer being invited to the party. You guys check this out. It's kind of interesting. When I started to see who's been invited to this new pilot program that's going on, with the CBDC, we are not invited. So let's start out right now. So everybody knows what's going on with Saudi Arabia, that they keep pushing the button saying, hey, we're going to go with other currencies, currencies. We're at the World Economic Forum the other day. They just flat out said it. The guy just came out. It's on record, so everybody knows that. So that is going to be one more thing that is going to take the dollar. It's a punch against the dollar. Because they're going to say, hey, we don't need you guys anymore. And that is what our #1 export is, the dollar. But here's kind of something interesting. And so on top of that, since we're not being invited to the party, Russia, it's just a symbolic move. But man, you should see who they have all sanctioned from the United States. They have sanctioned Biden, Hillary Clinton, all these different people. And they've done it just to make a statement. They have.
Speaking of Russia, did you know the citizens in Russia in 2022 bought 10 times the gold bars they did in 2021?
I did not, but I believe it. And so is Turkey. Turkey is buying left and right gold. Huge amounts.
Citizens bought a record amount of physical gold from banks in 2022. 5 out of 13 systemically important banks. 40 to 50 tons in a year. The demand of citizens amounted to 5.3 tons.
They're not the only one. Turkey's doing it. India's doing it. I mean, they're literally coming out and telling their citizens, buy precious metals, and they're doing it, you guys. We're the ones sitting here like big dummies and not doing it. Our country.
I saw a picture the other day where countries were throwing gold, their dollars over, and the U.S. was throwing gold over the fence.
Oh my goodness, that's true.
It's exactly what's going on.
One of the Western, and I forget where it was, I read it the other day, one of our Western vaults, they're just emptying it out and selling it to people overseas. And if it's not a wake-up call, I don't know what is. And I'll tell you, if it's not a wake-up call, then let's go to this next story about what's going on with the bank for international settlement. They call it the BIS. They just rolled out a program this past August and September.
Yeah, I think I'm going to roll that clip right now. Watch this, and it'll probably send chills down your spine, but this is the hand we're being dealt out of at the moment, so roll it.
Well, okay, wait before you roll it. I'm sorry. Just make sure and look at it. It's got 4 countries that they are including. It's got the UAE, which is the Arab.
United Arab Emirates.
You got Hong Kong, you got Thailand, and you've got People's Bank of China. We are not involved in this pilot program. Sorry. Go ahead and roll it.
Roll it.
The Bank for International Settlements Innovation Hub is exploring solutions for overcoming these limitations. The aim is to allow cross-border payments to be immediate, cheap, widely accessible, and settled in a secure medium. A possible solution would be a multiple central bank digital currency platform, or MCBDC. That is a technical platform that directly connects digital central bank money. Building on earlier CBDC prototypes, the BIS Innovation Hub and the 4 participating central banks joined forces to bring to life such a multi-CBDC platform named MBridge, which stands for Multiple CBDC Bridge. By providing a shared platform on which participants can conduct peer-to-peer payments directly across jurisdictions using safe local central bank money, MBridge can tackle the pain points of international payments, advance cross-border settlement in digital central bank money, and support diversification of currencies in cross-border transactions. Over the past year, the project team has moved MBridge from a prototype to a pilot phase. From August 15th to September 23rd, a pilot focused on payments for international trade successfully took place on the MBridge platform. This was the largest multi-CBDC pilot involving real value cross-border transactions among commercial banks from 4 different jurisdictions. 4 central banks and 5 commercial banks from each jurisdiction, for a total of 24 participants, took part in the pilot, with the BIS Innovation Hub acting as a central coordinator. The pilot consisted of 3 basic transaction types. First, issuance and redemption of CBDC between central banks and their domestic commercial banks. Second, simple one-way cross-border payments between commercial banks. And third, cross-border atomic payment versus payment for foreign exchange between commercial banks. The pilot was conducted in 3 phases, with each phase seeing an addition of a new jurisdiction. A total of $12.1 million in all 4 CBDCs was issued onto the platform. This facilitated more than $22 million in cross-border payments and FX transactions made through over 160 transactions. The pilot demonstrated the platform's ability to transact real value payments in a real-world setting. It enabled peer-to-peer instant exchange of CBDCs to improve cross-border payment speed, efficiency, and reduce settlement risk, thereby confirming its potential. Equipped with the learnings from the pilot, the Enbridge project will continue towards a production-ready platform for cross-border payments.
So you guys, after watching that video, if you noticed, it was a pilot program that they wrote out in August to September of last year. Now it's gone, it was a prototype, now it's a pilot program. Now they say they're going to implement it. They did $22 million worth, and they did 160 transactions. They said they ran smoothly, and they think this is going to be great. And
Well, the CBDC is an encrypted digital currency issued by a central bank. It's not a cryptocurrency. It's not,
Right.
An open ledger, a distributed ledger. It's a central bank control apparatus, I think.
well, they control, they can see everything that you purchase and what you do.
And you'll be able to, and we've said this many times, you'll be able to make a purchase and skip the bank. You'll be able to, you'll have a Fed wallet or whatever, and it'll deal straight with, the Fed coin or whatever. But right now we're talking about other countries that are actively using this.
They are.
They're starting to. They're running this pilot program.
Right.
It seems like they're really happy with it. And I just thought it was really odd that the United States wasn't in there.
No,
So,
we're not.
But
So you guys take that. So they're knocking us out of the petrodollar. They're going around us for the
and that
gold.
is the biggest news in our monetary life. That's such a big deal. Henry Kissinger went over there and discussed, hammered out a deal with Saudi Arabia, and we're going to protect you.
Right.
And now we're a nothing burger.
Yep.
Other countries just don't want to. They would just soon deal back and forth.
So then you take that, and then you take the fact that they're running this central digital currency, and they're doing this pilot program. Once again, we're not involved, so they're constantly going around us to, start working together.
Yeah, and it'll be a slow, and they said, we're not saying the United States is out completely. We'll
they
take
said-
your currency
yeah,
too.
They said they'd still
But
work
we're
with
going
us.
to take other countries' currency. And why wouldn't they, to be honest with you? Who would want to only take a currency that the United States just prints nonstop every time they get in some kind of a little bind that they put themselves in? And Triffin's Dilemma explains how it's bound to fail. It will fail. Mm-hmm. There's not going to be one currency for the globe forever. Yep. It just can't work. And that was real eye-opening when I looked at Triffin's Dilemma. Google that, look it over, and look up MCBDC and kind of learn about what's going on, because this is, it's really big, but it's not going to happen tomorrow.
No.
It's something that I'm not saying pull all your money out of the banks. I get that question a lot. Should we have our money in the banks? Or, that's up for you to decide. It's just up for all of us, and us to present the information that we see, right, and for you to kind of think through it logically. Yep. And I will tell you, I'm getting off topic just a little bit, but we do keep enough in the bank to pay our bills, and we don't keep a lot in one bank. And I hope that answers that question, because that's about all I can do for you, not being a financial advisor and all.
Yeah, no, we're definitely not financial advisors.
No.
We're muddling through this like everybody else. Just like you guys, when you guys call me to buy precious metals. By the way, yeah, we're still selling them. I work Monday through Saturday. I do take off Sundays. Give me a call. I'll tell you kind of what, as Chris says, shop around. We'll see if we can get you the best price. But that's one of the ways that we just hedge. It's just like, look at these countries. That's what they're buying. And a lot of their citizens, they said Turkey, I think the other day, they were literally selling everything they had, even possessions, just to go out and buy precious metals.
India,
that was another one that was doing it.
India they're taking everything and putting it into gold. They see the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
And I was thinking the other day, and I was talking to Stacey about it a while ago. I said, how cool is it that we started talking about moving your 401k and your IRA over into a self-directed IRA and putting it into precious metals. And everybody that did that, when I started talking about it, because there was a bunch of them, everybody that did that, how happy are they?
They would assume pretty happy because people have been
the
moving.
stock market hadn't done anything but go down, and precious metals have been holding their own. And I took a lot of crap for that. You know, precious metals are worth nothing, and gold's, you're going to throw it in the streets and all that. Well, we're a little ways from there, I think. That's what the wealthy and the central banks and, countries are doing. And I just thought it was a good idea.
We get ahead sometime. We get a little early. We get, but hey, it's cold out here and it's starting to rain. By the way, you guys, check out our pond. It's full.
It's full here. I'll show you around.
It looks amazing, but it's starting to rain on us. I think I'm going to go inside.
It's big too.
Yeah, it is. Well, if you made it to the end, say #pond. And thank you guys.
All right, guys. Have an awesome, awesome day. Later.